me just sort of talk a little about stepping, if I could, for a minute. It is an African tradition, and it's a very expressive, a very powerful expression of dance. It is militaristic on some levels. It is entertaining. It is a precise movement. And it's also one that you work together. You have to be in harmony with. This type of event, this type of expression of dance teaches our children about commitment, teaches our children about working together, teaching our children about helping each other. And that's what you're going to see this evening. You're going to see the steppers, the crystals, and the gems to form in unison. They're going to present themselves very powerfully, and I think that we're going to be in for a treat. So why don't we just welcome them here to the podium and really watch this treat. Thank you very much.
Okay, our next orator is from School 42, Grade 5, Caroline Walker. Caroline?
Good evening, members of the board, Superintendent Rivera, ladies and gentlemen. I have chosen for my subject, color phobia, a law of nature, published on May 5th, 1848 by Frederick Douglass in his newspaper, The North Star. Prejudice against color? Pray tell us what color? Black, brown, copper color, yellow, tawny, or olive? Native Americans of all these colors everywhere experience hourly indignities at the hands of persons claiming to be white. Now, is all this for color's sake? If so, which of these colors excite such commotion? Is it black? When did they begin to be so horrified at black? Was it before black stocks came into fashion? Black coats, black hats, black walking canes, black reticules, black umbrellas, black walnut tables, black ebony picture frames and sculptural decorations, black eyes, hair, and whiskers, bright black shoes, and glossy black horses? How this American color phobia would have lashed itself into a foam at the sight of the celebrated black goddess, Diana of Ephesus. How it would have gnashed upon the old statue and hacked away at it out of sheer spite at its color. What exemplary havoc it would have made of the most celebrated statues of antiquity. Forsooth, they were black. Their color would have been their doom. These half-white Americans owed the genius of sculpture a great grudge. By the way, it would be well for Marshall and other European sculptors to keep a keen lookout upon all Americans visiting their collections. American color phobia would be untrue to itself if it did not pitch battle with every black statue or bust that came in its way and going the rounds. A black Apollo, whatever the symmetry of its proportions, the majesty of its attitude, or the divinity of its air, would meet with great good fortune if it escaped mutilation at its hands. But stop! This anti-black passion is, we are told, a law of nature and not to be trifled with. Prejudice against color, a law of nature? Forsooth, what a sinner against nature old Homer was. He goes off in ecstasies in his description of the black Ethiopians, praises their beauty, calls them the favorites of the gods, and represents all the ancient divinities as selecting them from all the nations of the world. Thank you for your attention, ladies and gentlemen.
Tonight, I'd like to present the second award, which goes to Carolyn Walker for coming in second place in Washington, D.C. And I'd like to present that to her now. Come up, Carolyn. The first place winners are invited back to Washington to deliver their speeches. Went back for Frederick Douglass's 188th birthday celebration and program. Carolyn was not a first place winner, but she was just as good as any first place winner in Rochester. And this reads, this second place award is presented to Carolyn Walker, 5th grade, School 42, Rochester, New York, for your outstanding performance in the 2005 Frederick Douglass Oratorical Contest, which was held in Washington, D.C. Carolyn also received a certificate and a savings bond for $300.